Good evening everyone and welcome to TTTV. It is Season 2, Round 6 here at Circuit in Italy. I'm thrilled to bring you action. If you don't know who I am, JamesHead14. I am here to commentate you guys through the action here tonight at the Autodromo Internazionale Enzo e Dino Ferrari Imola. That's a very mad. We're going to be going through a 15-minute sprint race first, but before that I'm going to take you through the standings that I've been given for tonight. Thank you to Andy, by the way, for sending me through the standings. The Crusher Bro on 249 points for Team Nvidia lead the way. The Zebra in second, 207 points. TTG Maze in third on 183. So around about a 56 points difference there, to be honest. We are about to get going. There's only 6 drivers here, proverbially the F1 2019 release probably costing some of these guys some of their time, but it is good to see people putting their effort into attending TTG project cars, and already we are ready to go. I don't know when we're going to get started, but hopefully we'll get started very soon. Just to fill up the standings, by the way, the rest of the top 10, as we've literally synced in fact. So I'll tell you the rest of the standings afterwards. The light sequence is on for TTG Project Cars. Round 6 of Season 2 is underway, and a very good start by the Crusher Bro. He's got a very good launch there from the line. TTG Maze is in behind, Andy, TTG Alan K, Sean in behind as well. And down at the back is Dark Bull. Through turns 1 and 2 they go, and Crusher Bro has already got, it must be a 3-second advantage coming towards the end of Sector 1. Looking good, the Norwegian driver. Bit of squabbling for position in behind. TTG Maze and Andy going quite close together. Andy lunges up the inside of the chicane. Very nice move indeed. Just runs wide onto the AstroTurf, but he should hold that position nicely. But 3.3 seconds already for the Crusher Bro. Really impressive getaway from the line, and he's really put it to him. The championship leader on 249 points, remember, coming into tonight's race. This sprint race, of course, 15 minutes worth. So the Crusher Bro made that early start, and I think he's the one to beat currently. Andy in second after that move at the chicane at turn 4, getting up to second. Maze in third, then it's Alan K in full, Sean in fifth, Dark Bull in sixth as it stands. And probably we're going to see a move from Alan K on Maze, I would think, soon. The Renault RS01, I've been trying them out around this track, and I've got to say that the cars handle pretty nicely. You don't want to get caught on the chicane. You don't want to get caught up on the curve with the chicane now, because it does flip your car sideways slightly, which is just great stuff really. But Crusher Bro out in front. Andy's pulled away about 1.5 seconds to Maze in third. Alan K, and down the hill they go. Of course, Imola, former track of Formula 1. They did replace the chicane here quite a few years back now, actually. Crusher Bro pits. I think that's a mandatory pit stop as if a Crusher Bro, unless you got a drive-through penalty. We'll have a look. So everyone comes across the line. It's now Andy that leads. Maze in second, Alan K third, then Sean and Dark Bull, and it looks like we're going to be seeing the Crusher Bro through the pit lane here, as Maze and Alan K battle out for position, second and third at this stage. Dark Bull has gone past Andy. Oh no, not Andy, sorry. That's Sean he's just gone past. So Dark Bull past Sean up into fourth, and sideways, and there's going to be contact. Oh, Dark Bull sliding on the curb slightly. Sean did well to avoid that. There was a bit of contact and just caught off camera, sadly. But Sean now into fourth, Dark Bull fifth after that spin. And Crusher Bro, he did have a drive-through penalty, so he's got all to do. 20.5 seconds at his mandatory pit stops, remember, in the second race, the feature race here tonight, coming up shortly after. I think that's half an hour in length, if I do recall. But Andy, the Scotsman, having a very good time out of things out in front as Theo Daly joins. He is one of the regular drivers, of course. Theo Daly tied on 10th for 10th and 78 points. He's just behind Myronics by 1 point as it stands. But hopefully everyone enjoying the action so far. Andy out in front on his lonesome, 6 seconds leading. Maze and Sean, Maze and Alan K, sorry, looking very close together. Of course, they're going to be improving their personal best because it is the second lap of the race here. Maze is blocked up. Maze is messed up there, gets caught in the grass. Alan K trying to go up the inner. The Irishman just aware that Mays was rejoining on track slightly dangerously, but Mays is up to second and Alan Kay in third at this stage. In fourth is Sean. Crushball now fifth, and Darkbolt, I don't know what he's been doing. Darkbolt has been spinning left, right and centre, and he's down in sixth, 57 seconds off the pace pretty much. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. But Andy leads the way, 6.7 seconds as it stands. Mays in second. Alan Kay in third. This is the battle that we'll focus on. It's about a second either way at the minute. Mays and Alan Kay going to be fighting it out, it seems, for second and third podiums here in the sprint race. I do believe we are running the traditional F1 point system. I could be totally wrong there, but it's looking good at the minute from Andy, who's picked up a penalty. In fact, Andy has picked up a penalty. Normally that means it's either a second or 2 seconds, so obviously he's put the corner or track extended somewhere, so Andy has picked up that second or 2 second penalty. I do commentaries for Gabra, and I have seen the penalties take effect in the race results before, so trust me, I know what it's like. But Alan Kay beginning to attack Mays in behind. I've seen Alan Kay practicing tonight vigorously on Project Cars 2. We should be on F1 2019, goodness me. But Sean trying to catch you 3 seconds off in behind. The Crusher Bro is catching at a rate of knots, so watch out for him coming through the field. He's got 10 minutes left to try and catch up to Andy, who is 14 seconds inferior to him at this stage. We see Alan Kay trying to go for a move on Mays, not quite. Crusher Bro said not fun. Not fun at all. I'm doing, yeah, not fun at all. But he is catching. That's good to see. You are catching. So believe in yourself, and you've got 9 minutes and 35 seconds to go in this race. As Andy comes on to lap 4, leading 8.5 seconds. Amazing second. Alan Kay just getting caught with a hairy moment there for the Irishman. Attacking the Brit just in front of him. Mays and Alan Kay, of course, very close to each other in terms of points coming into tonight. In fact, there is only 7 points separating Mays and Alan Kay in the championship standings, and they will be gaining on the Zebra, who I don't think is attending tonight. Crusher Bro is right on the back of Sean in the meantime, right in behind. Crusher Bro trying to go all the way around the outside of the hairpin. Oh, this could be brave stuff if the Norwegian can do this, and I think he might have done. He's got the traction at the corner and he's got the move done. Crusher Bro up to 4th, great move there. Back to Alan Kay and Mays in the meantime, 2 tenths separating as they run down the hill. Quite an undulating track here in Imola, in Italy of course. I'm pretty sure they've been experiencing wildfires and very hot temperatures in real life, which is not ideal. But it's not ideal at all. But Andy leading, 10 seconds the gap. Alan Kay, Mays, but look who's in behind. Crusher Bro is catching, and he must be catching at, oh, what's that? He's caught 8 seconds on Andy that last lap alone. That is ridiculous stuff. Ridiculously talented guy this is. But Andy's still leading. He'd be failing. Can the clock run down enough to try? Oh, we see Sean getting caught as Crusher Bro tries to go up the inside of Alan Kay now, down the straight. We can reach about 160, 170 mile an hour down here. The Crusher Bro has gone past Alan Kay. The Irishman relinquishes that position, and Crusher Bro is into 3rd place. Alan Kay just overrides the chicane a bit. I think we've had an Andy mistake. I think Andy's made a mistake. He has lost 7 seconds nearly of that lead. Mays in second. Here's Crusher Bro up the inside, and Mays not fighting that. Crusher Bro up into 2nd place. And now Mays and Alan Kay seemingly going to be battling now for 3rd and 4th. Sean is closing in. He's only 2 seconds off and behind as well. Darkbolt, you can forget about him collecting the wooden spoon for this sprint race at this stage. A minute and 12 seconds behind. But credit to him, he's still continuing. I have seen drivers quit before at this stage in the race. It's never a nice feeling. But oh, Alan Kay very late on the brakes there. Yeah, but not a nice feeling for Darkbolt. As long as he can continue at a good speed, then he should be picking up points quite comfortably here. As Crusher Bro is just 2.5 seconds off Andy. We'll come to him in a second. Alan Kay has lost a little bit of time after just making a few niggly mistakes around this lap. He has lost 0.3 of a second compared to Mays last time around, 44.8 compared to 45.1. But Andy out in front, 2 seconds the gap at this stage. That gap is just coming down, consistently coming down. Crushable, to think he had a spin at the oh no, sorry, it was Darkball that had the spin, wasn't it? Crushable, he had the drive-through penalty, and now he's right on the back of Andy. And if Andy didn't make that mistake, then goodness knows what could be happening. Goodness knows. But Andy leading 1.6 seconds. Crushable in second place at this stage. There's not much really happening on him behind. Andy again just getting a slight scrum out of turn 3. Through the first chicane that was. Now through the second chicane. 9/10 the gap at this stage. That is still coming down. And Crushable, I think, is going to have the measure of Andy this lap around for sure. Real go at him this lap. He has just lost a little bit at the hairpin. Slightly. Still Mays and Alan Kay fighting out for 3rd and 4th. Mays in fact won personal best through the first sector there. Alan Kay still keeping him company, about 4/10 off, and you can see the level of the braking there. Mays taking an early braking point compared to Alan Kay, who just oversped the corner a little bit. Mays just pulls away. Darkball is into the pits, not sure if he's going to be giving up at this stage. Let's go for an onboard view then on Crushable, because Andy is really struggling here, the Scotsman. The Scotsman, of course, AOR F2 commentator if you're new to Project Cars 2, TTG. Andy is one of our commentators. Crushable's trying to go all the way around the outside on the brakes. Very brave stuff here by the Norwegian. He's run out of room by Andy. Just pushed onto the grass slightly. And Andy currently holds on to the lead, but Crushable is going to be up his inside. And that is a copycat error, I think, compared to what we saw with Alan Kay and Crushable now into P1, but it's side by side running down the straight. They're going to be reaching them, remember, 170 mile an hour. Crushable is up to P1, and he tucks into the slipstream to try and have a go around him into turn 1, but not quite. And Crushable over the rest of the corner. Andy's got another chance around the outside, and Andy takes it around the outside, now on the inside line. Gets through nicely, and he's up to P1 once again. Crushable just making his first mistake of this race, apart from his drive-through penalty, remember, that he had. That's his first real mistake out on track tonight. But Andy and Crushable now going at it. Crushable dabs it down the inside, trying to go for the Norwegian. Tail end backing out slightly. Andy's got the traction off the corner, should keep the position and run up the hill. Undulating circumstances here. Andy leads still, but Crushable late on the brakes up his inside. Not quite. Not quite. Very good racing though between these two. This is a lead battle in the sprint race. 3 minutes and 30 seconds pretty much to go. And Andy leads, and he's just over the rest of the corner slightly. Crushable coming back in him up the hill. Now into the tricky chicane, which is probably one of the most difficult corners, I would say, on the track here at Imola. For sure. If you get caught in the second curve like Crushable has just done, you can lose a little bit of time, and that's exactly what he's done. He's in the slipstream of Andy now though. Coming down the hill, Andy and Crushable. Mays, by the way, is still hanging on to 3rd from Alan Kay. Just losing a little bit of time. Andy's still defending. The Scotsman defending brilliantly at this stage. Darkball, by the way, is still in the pits. He is obviously giving up. Crushable has got him, has he? Nope, still side by side. This has been pretty much the same. Oh, they're just leaning into each other a little bit. Side by side contact briefly. Crushable will have the inside line down into turn 1. The inside line will help down into turn 1. And he's trying to go all the way around the outside. The Scotsman, the Norwegian on the brakes. And he forced around the outside. There's contact. There's contact, I would have to say. That might have been Andy's fault, just turning in slightly on Crushable. But Crushable is going to let him back through. Good sportsmanship there shown. Not sure who was at fault. We'll have a look at the replay later on. But Andy out in front 6/10 of a second. Crushable second after letting Andy back through is still in second place at this stage. Further down the field, as Crushable in fact is going to go up the inside of Andy. Gets him, just forced him off track slightly. Andy gets the traction control off the corner nicely. Crushable tucks back into the slipstream. We'll come back on board. Alan Kay and Mays looking quite close and behind as well. Crushable tries to go up the inside. He goes for a spin. He goes onto the grass. Oh, goodness me. And he just loses about a second there to Andy. That just gives a little bit of breathing room. Mays is still hanging on for 3rd. Alan Kay attacking him, and Sean getting involved in that as well. Three-way battle for 3rd for the final podium for the sprint race. And of course everyone giving up their times here to race I know F1 2019 has been out, and 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. So this will be the final lap of the race coming up. The final lap of the race coming up. Andy, can he hang on? 5/10 of a second. 5/10 of a second at this stage. Crusher Bro though, right on the back of him. This has got to be his opportunity. This is going to be the final lap of the race, I do believe. Pretty sure this is going to be the final lap of the race. And Andy leading the way from Crusher Bro. 50 seconds to go here, and it should be the final lap of the race. Is Crusher Bro going to try and go down the inside of the championship leader? Not quite. Andy hanging on for grim life here, the Scotsman. Really running riot out on track, but Crusher Bro gets a better exit. He's right on the back of him. Mays has pulled away about a second from Alan Kay, and about a second to Sean as well, as Andy just over-rested himself in the corner. Here comes Crusher Bro right on the outside, very late on the brakes. Crusher Bro with the traction on the outside should get this move done. There's a bit of contact, and a bit of lights flashing there. Crusher Bro not happy with that at all. Not happy with that at all. And Andy hanging on, 3/10 of a second. Crusher Bro second. Look at this, third Mays. Alan Kay and Sean in behind, but let's still focus on this battle for the lead. We'll come back to the battle for third as soon as these guys come across the line. Andy and Crusher Bro still fighting this out. This is the final lap of the race, so this is do or death stuff. Is Crusher Bro surely not going to have a go down the inside of the chicane? He does. Andy gives him room, but Crusher Bro makes it. Crusher Bro makes it right the outside, was down on the inside of the corner there. On shot, and Crusher Bro is through, and he's up to P1. Andy could not hold on any longer. Back to Mays, Alan Kay and Sean. They're still in the same positions. They're still fighting it out, running down the hill. Looks like Mays might be just hanging on for third. Andy, remember, has got that penalty. Second or 2 second worth of penalties for Andy there. But running down the hill, can Sean try and attack Alan Kay in behind? Just losing control of it under brakes. Mays just running slightly wide as well. But Crusher Bro comes across the line to win the sprint race. Andy in second. Mays in third. Alan Kay in fourth. That's going to be very close coming across the line between the between the Englishman and the Irishman. Mays is going to get third for sure. Alan Kay is just hanging on for fourth, I think, as they come round the final king. Alan Kay fourth, Sean in fifth, and that is the race over. So Crusher Bro takes it from Andy in second, Mays in third, Alan Kay fourth, Sean in fifth, looking very close there at the end of the stage. We'll give you a full rundown of the order of the sprint race. Doc Bolt's car just goes through screenshot there. Crusher Bro in first. Andy, as I said, 2 second penalty, finishes, was 0.7 down, 2.7 seconds down in the end. Mays in third, Alan Kay in fourth, and Sean in fifth, with Dark Bolt in sixth place. So that is the end of race 1, and I do believe that we are going to be going into the feature race as soon as we can. I'm pretty sure that a new lobby will be set up for this. So in the meantime, I will try and entertain you as much as possible. I'll try and read the comment section. Thank you for tuning in if you are watching us. And there we go. Oh, we're straight back into the lobby, in fact. So there we go. Back into the lobby. And we've got Alan Kay, Crusher Bro, Sean, Mays, Andy, and Theo Daly has also joined. Dark Bolt has had to go somewhere, I'm afraid. Right. I will be back in about a minute or two. I've just got to reply to some messages. Ah, There we go, we are back. And time for the second bit of action here. We've caught, I forgot to say, we have got a 15-minute qualifying session as well. So 15-minute qualifying session now to unfold with a random 15-minute sprint race with a random grid, 15-minute qualifying and 30-minute feature race. So just remember that. I do apologise, this is my first time in the commentary box for TTG Project Cars. So we have now got 15 minutes in qualifying. What I like to do in qualifying is try and focus on a couple of drivers that I fancy will take the win here. Crusher is first to come out of the pit, it seems, so we'll go on board with him. And to remember, there is a fastest lap in each race. So Crusher took an extra point for the fastest lap in the first race. There is an extra point for qualifying. So if he takes qualifying, he'll get an extra point. And then, of course, in the feature race, there is another extra point up for grabs, which is absolutely fantastic. And Crusher is first out on track, so we can really take in a sense of this Autodromo Imola. I'm not going to pronounce the rest because my pronunciations are terrible nowadays, but trust me, yeah. Always good Crusher. The last lap into the hairpin, I knew I had 2 seconds of penalties. The first turn spin was me breaking myself. Fair play for waiting though. Good fun, says Andy. And also commenting there that he screwed up turn 1, the hairpin. I slowed down a bit to let you catch up, but I knew the pen would get me anyway. So that is Andy commenting. Only 6 drivers out on track it seems. Doc, but not here it seems tonight. Oh, he has been here for the first race, in the sprint race. Not sure why he hasn't came out to qualifying. Theo Daly is here, by the way, as well. Brand new driver of mine to pick up on. Most of these guys I have commentated on before, except from Crusher Andy and Theo Daly. But the Crusher at this stage coming up towards the chicane. They're on the outlaps at this stage, and 15 minutes worth of qualifying. Plenty of space out on track. There's not going to be any real problems here in qualifying, I don't think, from anyone, so it is good stuff to see. And of course we will be focusing on the qualifying session and then the feature race, of course. But at the minute, Crusher better come across the line to start his flying lap. Sean has had his lap time invalidated already. Goodness me, what on earth has Sean been doing? 2 in the pits, by the way, at this stage are Mays and Alan Kay. They haven't came out of the pits yet, but the Crusher is out on track. And it is going to be getting quite confusing between these two because there's 2 the's on my screen. Top 1 in first place is Theo Daly. Crusher is who you're on board with right now, the Norwegian driver. Darkbolt has joined. Seemingly connection issues, I think, might be just costing him his place. He can join the session, I do believe. I have seen people join the session in qualifying before, unless he wants to wait 15 minutes, and then obviously he'll be getting a place into the feature race, which will come up in 12 minutes time, the end of this qualifying session. But at this stage, Crusher on a lap, down the hill. Let's really take a sense in and let's go on board Mr. Crusher coming up the hill. Real big elevation changes from on this track, I should say. Crusher down into the chicane. Is he going to get caught up on the second curve of the chicane? He does slightly, just gets caught. Darkbolt has joined, which is good to see. He is going to be coming out of the pits after all. We have got 7 drivers here, which is not a great attendance, but considering F1 2019's out, then to be honest, I'm not bothered. There's still 7 drivers committing their time to the action here. Now, do you know what? I could be on F1 2019 now, but I'm freeing up my time for you guys as well. No commentary that would have been without me. So Crusher now coming across the line, a Norwegian, top of the championship standings, set a 139 flat. How is that going to play into the likes of Theo Daly, who is out on track at the minute? So is Andy, and Andy is closer to the finish actually. Andy closer to the finish. There he is. Scotsman about to come across the line. Around the final kink. Across the line. And Andy goes 3.6 seconds behind him. So Andy the 142.7 at this stage. And I will just come on to from last race. The sprint race went to Crusher Crusher took the feature race, if you remember. in Long Beach. Dark Bolt getting out of the way. Sadly, no impeding like Lewis Hamilton to Kimi Raikkonen, which I think, frankly, personally is ridiculous. Dark Bolt struggling there in the background. I personally think that penalty that Hamilton's being given is a bit flawed. I think the FIA have got that wrong, personally. But that might just be me. That might just be me. Theo Daly, by the way, has set a 1:46.7 out in third place at this stage. Sean is out on track, just preparing for lap. Alan Kay is out on lap as well. Let's go on board then with Sean. I think it's just came out the pits. The Englishman, not the Irishman, as I like to, as I've been saying in TTL F2 and the mini league. If you've been seeing some of my commentaries on this channel, I do like to get him confused with Alan Kay. Oh, dear me. But anyways, Sean around the final couple of corners. Looking good at this stage, and Sean in fact comes into the pits. Sean coming into the pits. And Crusher Bro still out in front with a 38 flat. Andy second. Theo Daly in third. In fact, Sean invalidated his lap time once again. Let's go on board then with Alan Kay, the Irishman, about to start his lap. Let's see how he gets on. Down through turn 1 and 2, Alan Kay looking good through turns 1 and 2. Then through turn 3. Tricky little chicane to begin off with here at Imola. If you're not familiar with the track, there are a number of turns. I can't remember how many there are in total. I think there's 15 if I was to go for a number and to pick out a random. It should have said really in the thingy. But at this stage, Alan Kay ran the final corner, ran the hairpin I should say, through sector 2. He's just gone through sector 1 in fact. Alan Kay is up the run towards sector 2. Approach the middle way through. And this double right-hander does mark that middle point in the race. Around the track here, of course. Alan Kay. Looking good, the Irishman. Up the hill. As I say, quite undulating track here at Imola. If you are new to tuning in, you haven't experienced TTG project cars before, get yourselves in. Try it out, why don't you? You never know, you might even see me out on track once. And that's a full-hearted promise. But Alan Kay running down the hill. Looking good. Under the brakes. I tend to go for a bit of a breaking point from the first Project Cars 2 sign. Running down the straight. You'll see what I mean when I go on board. Horsley's chicane used to be here 7 minutes ago in qualifying, and Alan Kay about to come across the line. That was the former start-finish line. This is the start-finish line now. And he goes third. He slots in just behind Andy and ahead of Theo Daly. So Alan Kay goes third at 44 flat. Crusher Bro currently at this stage, dominating everyone. Mays is out on track now. Sean is out on track. Dark Bolt not opting to come out at all. Let's see how Crusher Bro is getting on in fact. I think he's just behind, or just ahead of Mays in fact, out on track. So we'll go on board with him. See how the driver is getting on, the Norwegian. Current championship leader, of course. I will do calculations come the end. But at this stage, he would be picking up all available points to him, except from the feature race points, which will be coming up in around 6.5 minutes' time. By the end of qualifying, will be coming up in 6.5 minutes' time. Of course, coming up in about 10 minutes' time, giving me 2-minute sink-in time to the session. And Crusher Bro running down the hill. Don't think he's improving at all on this time. Theo Daly is invalidated his lap. So did Andy. Andy is still in the pit. 42.7 is current personal best, the Scotsman. We are under 6 minutes. Your current run down the field as Crusher Bro comes into the pits. So Crusher Bro into the pit. It is Sean that is starting a lap. Let's go on board with him. Sean, the Englishman, running through final kink. Now running through the line. In fact, he did set a time there, 55.9. Obviously that was just a banker lap for him. This is his proper lap. And hopefully he's going to be pressurising the Crusher Bro for top spot on this lap. But Sean, looking good at this stage. Attacking the car, back end just kicking out slightly, that's what you come to expect with these cars. Similar feel to the Audi R8 here. This car, the Renault RS01, of course, is the car. There are two variants of this on the game. There is the GT3 version and there is the normal version. The normalised version is the one that we are using tonight. Of course, if we were running the GT3 version, you would be seeing quicker lap times, I do believe, as Darkbolt has gone ahead of Sean. But Sean was 11 seconds up, nearly 12 seconds up through this first sector, so it's going to be quite interesting to see how he's going to get on. Sean just attacking slightly out of the apex, going a little bit too wide. No invalidation from him just yet. Through the chicane, trickiest corner on the track. Quick right and left. Now down the hill. Can gain speeds of about 140 mile an hour down here, and in fact in excess of 145, 150 down into the braking zone. Crusher Bro is invalidated his lap time, but Sean through the double left-hander better come towards the final two corners. There's the final two corners complete, and now the final kink to go running down the straight. Sean, let's see what he is going to do. Let's go on board with him. Sean about to come across the line any second now. 4 minutes to go. Sean improves, goes third, just behind Andy, and that's only separated by 6/10 of a second. So 42.7 for Andy, 43.4 for Sean. He goes third, right ahead of Alan Kay, who is further 7/10 behind with a 44 flat. I think he's invalidated these laps as well. Not sure, we'll come and keep on board with them coming across the line. There are a cluster of 3 cars, including Alan Kay coming across the line. I do believe that's Andy just coming across. Alan Kay, and that would be Theo Daly in behind, I do believe as well. Yeah, getting used to it, There's Crusher Bro. He has not been invalidated this time. How's Darkbolt getting on? Is he improving? Let's find out. Hopefully he will be. Darkbolt 13 seconds off the pace at the minute. 51.3 is his current best. Is he improving to the line? Yes, he does. He improves, and he goes 500ths of Theo Daly. 4.5 seconds improvement. He should be very happy with that, I would imagine. Of course, still not ahead of Theo Daly, all the likes of TTG Mays ahead of him. But Darkbolt currently, as it stands, 8.7 seconds off. There's quite a wide variation. We've got Crusher Bro, and then we've just got Andy, 4.7 seconds up behind. Quite something, really. Darkbolt, 8.7 seconds off. There. The Crusher Bro, 1.4 seconds off. There's Andy. I think he's on a lap. We're involved with the Scotsman. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in qualifying. Of course, 15 minutes qualifying does go that quick. And looking good. I mean, down the straight, that's Theo Daly ahead of Andy. Andy, I think, must have had some sort of invalidation or mistake, because Theo Daly was behind him by about a couple of seconds on this lap. So in fact, we'll go on board, yeah, Andy's definitely made a mistake. Theo Daly then, on a lap. Coming through, oh, going very wide, nearly losing control of the car there. Would have been better to see from an onboard camera to really see the back end getting kicked out. He has got to stay out, there's only 1 minute and 45 seconds left of qualifying, 15-minute qualifying, and then a 30-minute feature race. And if nothing happens out on track, then don't blame me. There is a mandatory pit stop though that everyone has got to partake in. Theo Daly does not improve. Darkbolt has invalidated his lap due to track limits. So does Theo Daly, in fact, so that's why his time got removed. Alan Kay and Mays are done, 5.5 seconds. In fact, I think Alan Kay's improved there by about 0.5 of a second, 43.5 he has. So that was 7/10. It's now down to just less than 2/10 of a second, so not bad there at all. Just behind Sean, who is on a lap. 43.4 is his current best, just getting caught wide there. Running through the sector 2 split. Safety's personal besting in the middle. Let's find out. He is. He's 0.3 up. He could be featuring Andy here, and it looks like we've lost Darkbolt. Looks like we've lost Darkbolt again, possibly down to connection. 45 seconds to go here in qualifying. As it stands for Project Cars 2, TTG Project Cars 2, Renault RS01. I think we just saw a little mistake there from Sean coming out of the apex of the corner. He's about to come across the line any second now. Is he improving? Sean doesn't improve in the end. doesn't improve. In fact, he had his lap time invalidated. Lap time invalidated there. Andy's on a lap. Only got 3 out on track. Andy, we have lost now Sean. It's only Andy and Theo Daly that's on track. 10 seconds to go. Andy coming around the final couple of corners. Really attacking this nicely, the Scotsman, who I'm sure is looking forward to his commentating duties once again. Andy comes into the pit, and in fact everyone is done here in qualifying. Everyone is done. So, Crusher Pro out on top, 38 flat. We'll come on to the full rundown of the field in just a couple of seconds. There we are. Crusher Pro on top with a 38 flat. Andy's got a grid place penalty. So Sean's going to be starting ahead of him. Andy in 3rd, Alan Kay in 4th, Mays in 5th, Theo Daly in 6th, Darkbolt in 7th. If we can get back into that session, that'll be fantastic. But Crusher Pro way out on top, 4.7 seconds the gap. You can see 2 seconds quicker through the first sector alone there. So we have got a bit of sync time to come in. I think we've got a 30-second sync time coming in. It's normally 2 minutes for Gavra, so that's what I'm normally used to with that. But coming now onto the race, the feature race, of course there is an there is a mandatory pit stop that these drivers have got to make when coming into the pits. And of course remember, 1 point for the fastest lap here in the feature race, as well as taking all the points. Crusher Pro, by the way, is saying good luck to everyone in the comment section, and out on track, of course. We are going to get going here very shortly for racing at the Autodromo Internazionale Enzo Edino Ferrari. I think it's been renamed since this track. This is how old Project Cars 2 is, and we are now sinking in for 30 minutes endurance racing. Crusher Pro, let's hope he doesn't get a drive-through penalty this time. We are 5 seconds away from the start. Light sequence is on, and we go green. Good start, very slow start. Who was that slow starting? I think that might be Alan Kay bogging down off the start, but the Crusher Pro and Sean, in fact, down into turn 1. Sean has got Andy off the start. Crusher Pro into P1. Oh, taking an excursion there. That was Theo Daly taking a bit of an excursion. Not sure if there's been a bit of contact. I think Alan Kay might have just contacted him slightly. But coming towards the end of the first sector, we've got a 3-way battle going on for the lead. Sean out in front. Crusher Pro down to 3rd. Andy is up to 2nd. So Crusher Pro has made a mistake somewhere as well. Darkbolt already into 4th. As Crusher Pro decides to launch it down the inside of Andy. Gets the move done. Andy gives him plenty of space there. So Sean leads the way, running up the hill for the first time. 5 tenths ahead of Crusher Pro. Andy in 3rd, completely outbreaks himself. The Scotsman runs wide. He might pick up a penalty because of that. He will have to slow down due to the race director. Darkbolt in 4th, keeping close tabs. 2.2 seconds off the stage. The gaps will extend, I would imagine. But Sean, Crusher Pro, and Andy running down to the chicane, the end of sector 2. And I've just realised I haven't got my Speedo 1 maps on. There we go. And I don't want to quit the session, goodness me. Well, Sean nearly 3 wide running down the straight. Sean, Crusher Pro just coming across on Andy slightly. Bit of grass being kicked up there, but Sean hanging on out in front for now. Crusher Pro 2nd, Andy in 3rd. At the end, towards the end of that wall, Crusher Pro runs wide, nearly off into the gravel. Andy gives him the space to rejoin. Sean runs wide now, and Sean contacted, and more flashing light from Crusher Pro. So Crusher Pro giving the flashing lights treatment there to Sean. Bit of a dangerous rejoin perhaps from Sean, but now down the inside coming towards turn 1. Crusher Pro will have him down the inside. It's side by side pretty much, and going to try and get in there as well. It's who wants it most on the brakes. It's Crusher Pro on the brakes. He gets the move done, all clean through. A little bit of contact on the back end with Andy and Sean, but not quite. Crusher Pro 5 tenths ahead now, and he will begin to pull away, I would imagine. Sean in 2nd, Andy in 3rd. Darkbolt in 4th, impressing so far, 53.3 his first lap. We have got a pitter, which is Alan Kay. Alan Kay into the pits, making his mandatory pit stop. That's good to see, actually. That's a good tactic to have for Alan Kay. Of course, these guys will be improving on their personal best. As we settle down into the race, everyone settles down into their rhythms, and currently it is still Crusher Pro who leads, 7 tenths of a second. Sean getting pressurised now by the Scotsman, Andy in behind. The Englishman will be wanting to try and keep his hopes alive of trying to win the title. I don't think it can be won here. Sean, he's slightly way down in the standings actually. Let me just check the standings coming into tonight. Andy runs wide on the apex of the chicane there. I'll just check the standings. Sean in fact is in 7th, and he's only 42 points, I make that. 42 points behind Andy coming into tonight's race. Crusher leads 1.7 seconds out in front. Sean in 2nd, Andy in 3rd. They run wide. Any of them going to be coming into the pits? Nope, not quite. Not this lap anyways. Because they have got a mandatory pit stop to make, and hopefully people are watching the comments for me to remind them. Andy's now up to 2nd. Sean goes backwards. Sean losing time then. Not sure if he had a bit of a throttle issue down the straight. Possibly. I don't want to leave the session again. It's me. Not sure if Sean had a bit of a throttle issue there, perhaps. 6 tenths slower than Andy at the end of the straight. Not sure what's going on there. Possible throttle issue, I would put that down to. But at this stage, Crusher Pro, mincemeat in the field, 4.5 seconds out in front, coming around the hairpin for the 3rd time on lap 3. He's improving by 1.4 seconds. Andy has picked up a penalty. Andy has picked up another penalty. Penalties will be the befalling of him, I think, coming in. Sean has lost a lot of time. He's lost 1.6 seconds across the first couple of laps. And possible throttle issue, possible mistake. I'm not sure what has been going on with him. Sean is now, yeah, he is losing time. So I'm not sure if Andy's quick or if he's just, not sure what's going on there. Dogbot in 4th, by the way, losing time, but quicker in behind than Mays. And then Theo Daly, oh, and he's gone for a spin. Theo Daly has gone for a spin. And that is at the double right-hander. Completely overshot the corner, I think, and then he's probably gone onto the curb and the car has spun him round. So not great for Theo Daly. I would imagine he'd be coming into the pits to try and fight Alan Kay, who is 25 seconds behind him at this stage. But of course, mandatory pit stop. It's about 30 seconds, I would say, for pit stop round here. Crusher Pro, though, across the line, leading the way, 4.5 seconds nearly. Andy in 2nd. Sean in 3rd at this stage. Darkbolt in 4th. I think he's overperforming himself so far from what we've seen in qualifying, certainly. Darkbolt putting his best foot forward in the race, which is good to see. Mason 5th. Theo Daly in 6th. Continues on for another lap. Alan Kay in 7th with that mandatory pit stop, trying to put the fear into everyone with tactics later on in the race. But as it stands, Crusher Pro leading the way. He is still personal besting through this first sector. Andy in 2nd. We'll ride him ball with Sean because we'll see if he can get closer. We'll see if there's a throttle issue as well with Sean, or just in case he's purely a little bit slower than Andy. Not sure what happened there, but almost looked like he let him through, and then there was some sort of issue with the throttle. It might be the wheel calibrating, but Sean was last time around faster than Andy. So, possibilities there for Sean. Who knows? No battles going on out on track, sadly. Miss Lady K says hello. Hello, Miss Lady K. Hopefully you're having a great evening. And of course, if you're new and you haven't heard who I am, I'm Jameshead14. I'm one of the commentators for TTG, filling in to the breach. I think Malk was on commentary last week, I do recall. There's other enthusiastic commentary, as per usual. I'll try and deliver the same level of enthusiasm, but I can't really guarantee anything. Crusher Pro, though, comes across the line to start lap 5, 7 minutes into the race, and Crusher Pro, oh dear me, he's taking the excursion off, goodness me. Going towards the Austrian border, I think, there, Crusher Pro. Jesus. Mowing the lawn slightly. That's the job of the marshals and the bloody stewards and everyone like that, the ground team, not the cars. Andy 7.2 seconds, he is falling away. Look at the pace of Crusher Pro. I mean, 2.6 seconds last time around, quicker than Andy. Really piling on the pressure to the rest of the field and saying, come and catch me, guys. I think it's been like this for most of the season as well. Coming into tonight, I think he's had the sprint and feature race 3 in a row. How's Crusher Pro? So really good stuff there. 8.1 seconds though the gap at this stage. There is Crusher Pro out in front. Andy in 2nd, Sean in 3rd. Dogbot in 4th, still maintaining that gap. He's a bit in no man's land at the minute. You could argue everyone was in a bit no man's land at the minute as well, which is personally not great. Of course, I'm an avid listener, and I'm an avid follower of battles. I want to see some battling out on track. I think everyone wants to see some battling out on track, but at the minute, nothing. But mandatory pit stop could spark things into life. Alan Kay, I think, has made a mistake, by the way. Alan Kay, down at the back there, has made a mistake. Really struggling, the Irishman. Practice not coming into perfection. And Andy, in fact, just to pick up on qualifying, if he weren't here for qualifying, Andy did pick up a grade place penalty. Got jumped off the start by Sean and then got past Sean on lap 2 out of at the end of lap 2, start of lap 3. And the 1 place grid penalty for pit lane violation, so clearly that was speeding into pits in old money. There is the Crusher Bro though, coming towards the end of sector 1. Great guns at the minute, 10 seconds the gap, it's just very easy stuff. The Crusher Bro, oh, and he makes a mistake in fact. Crusher Bro, as soon as I came on board with him there, he's just made a mistake. He's run onto the grass slightly, he just overshot the corner, and his braking point. The Crusher Bro out in front, 9.5 seconds now, that gap will come down slightly, I think. Andy's just coming through that corner now, 9.7 seconds in behind. Sean in third, as I say, bit in no man's land, trying to go for personal best lap from this lap around. Of course, mandatory pit stops have got to take effect for these guys. And Sean running 67.8 litres of fuel. That is plenty of fuel to get to the end of the race. It's almost like he wants to go for a 2-hour endurance race. Crusher Bro saying the brakes are dying on his car. Brakes are dying, but his pace is not. 9.8 seconds out in front, 39.3 last time around, 42.7 for Andy, so it's about a 2.4 second cushion he had last time around compared to Andy. And his Crusher Bro, oh, I thought he was just going to try and come into the pits there. See if Andy's going to duke it into the pits, runs wide slightly onto the grass. And Andy the Scotsman struggling slightly. Nope, he's not going to come into the pits either. Not yet anyways. There's Sean in behind. Remember, Andy has got that penalty of some sort. I would say it was a second or 2 seconds worth of penalties for Andy, similar to what we saw in the sprint race, in fact, with him. Looking good at this stage. Dark Bolt 25.9 and 4th. 25.9 seconds of the pace, that is. We are through the first 10 minutes of the race. Dark Bolt, in fact, sets a personal best lap last time around. Good lad. Mays in 5th coming across the line. Another one that sets a personal best. Theo Daly in 6th after that spin. Dark Bolt has picked up a penalty now, so I'm guessing that's a second worth of penalties at this stage. I'm running down into the next corner. Theo Daly. Oh, and he goes for a spin again, and he's in the wall. Theo Daly in the wall. Not good, I'm afraid. And he's going to reverse and join the track. If he can get that car going, he will get the car going. Adam Kay will be catching, of course. Dark Bolt. No! Dark Bolt's had a spin, and there goes Mays through. Mays is up to 4th. Missing everything tonight. Dark Bolt has had a spin at the hairpin, that is. And is now being passed by Mays for 4th. And Mays and Dark Bolt, they haven't had the best of relationship, if I've got to be honest, in recent times. I'm not going to come on to say what exactly, but Mays is now up to 4th. That's all that matters, really. Mays in 4th and 5th at this stage. Dark Bolt for that spin. Theo Daly and Alan Kay 6th and 7th at this stage. There is Crusher Bro, by the way. Where is he out on track? He is just through the first chicane. And running now and towards the end of sector 1. Norwegian driver has lapped Alan Kay, in fact. So Crusher Bro has lapped Alan Kay in this race. Never nice for somebody to be lapped in a race. Alan Kay, ever the trooper, will continue on. The Irishman. As we have got pit stops, Mays and Dark Bolt into the pits. So Mays and Dark Bolt into the pits to serve their mandatory pit stop. Both of them to come in at the same time. Dark Bolt aims for his pit lane. Now it's further down compared to Mays. Mandatory pit stop complete for Mays, and he's now being released. puts the throttle on, puts it up to 3rd gear there. Not great, and Darkbolt's out ahead of him. So Darkbolt jumps Maze in the pit lane. And that is by about 1.1 seconds, I would say, on exit of the pit. So Darkbolt ahead of Maze. Theo Daly is also in for his mandatory pit stop. Alan Kay should be coming out ahead of him, I would imagine. Alan Kay, is that car going down the hill? I think is that him going through? Yeah, it is the car going down the hill in the white dot on your screens. Theo Daly, you've got to put it into drive. Go on, put it into drive. Goodness me. Crusher Bro is into the pits as well. That might be why he's getting held up, actually. Crusher Bro is into the pits. So Crusher Bro in, and he's out. Really attacking that. And Andy goes into the lead of the race, but of course that will be premature. If he can put in a good in-lap here, presuming he's going to be coming in the pits this lap. Andy, if he puts in a good in-lap this time around, he could actually better Crusher Bro, who is going to be... He's still coming out the pits, in fact. So all of this time in the pit lane is really helping Andy to try and close in that gap. Crusher Bro out of the pits. Takes the pit entry nicely. Don't want to be ending up on the grass, of course. The pit lane exit. But Andy now 9.7 seconds ahead. He has been bettering Maze in terms of timings. But at the stage, Andy 10.7 seconds out in front. It's Sean in second and Crusher Bro in third at this stage. Crusher Bro will be attacking Sean on this lap, I guarantee you. Because trying to close in that time. Darkbolt and Maze looking pretty close. They're 1 second away from each other, in fact. So let's focus on this for now. Darkbolt and Maze at this stage. We are now through halfway in the feature race here for TTG Project Cars 2, round 6 of the championship here at Imola. And it's Andy who leads by 10.7 seconds. In second, it is Sean. Crusher Bro in third. Darkbolt fourth. Maze in fifth. And in sixth, it is Theo Daly, and in seventh is Alan Kay. Struggling at this stage, Alan Kay. But his tactic of trying to go for the early pit stop hasn't really paid off now, has it? Andy's into the pits. Andy is in. He's going to be coming out ahead of Sean, who dives it in as well. And the Crusher Bro is coming through that final corner now. So Crusher Bro through that final corner now. And looking good at this stage, but Andy leading. But now, not for long, because Crusher Bro flies past him in the pit lane. Not enough time gained for Andy there, and Crusher Bro is going to be easily out in front. I would say about 10, maybe 15 seconds coming out of the pit lane. Andy's still coming towards the end of the pit, so in fact it is going to be around 15 seconds on exit of the pits. He's coming out of the pits now, dead on 15 seconds. Great stuff. Alan Kay just unlapped himself as well, I do believe, there from thingy. In fact, it's Theo Daly that unlapped himself from Andy. So Crusher Bro 18 seconds out in front. Andy in second. Sean in third. He's going to be getting out around 20 seconds clear of Darkbolt, who slides slightly and goes for a bit too much of a slide. Goes for a bit of a spin there, losing the back end. And he goes off again on track. Maze is struggling in behind as well. Maze must have made some sort of mistake on this lap, because it looks like Darkbolt just pulled away slightly. Maze in behind, 2 seconds separating. There's the closest battle out on track. I do apologise, we can't give you any good battles for the lead or for second and third out on track at this stage. Hopefully we can eventually. But Crusher Bro dominating, 18 seconds out in front, has been totally dominant the last few weeks. If you haven't been watching the commentaries before, go and catch them back up after this one. But really, really looking good at this stage. Crusher Bro 18.3 seconds ahead of Andy at this stage, with Sean in third. Darkbolt and Maze still very close, 9-10 separating. Maze getting a much better exit compared to Darkbolt, closing them in slightly, running down the hill. Now they run down the hill towards the end of the second sector, and looking good Dark Bolt hanging on at this stage. And Theo, sorry, not Theo Daly, yeah, Theo Daly, good job I came on board with him there, he's into the pits. So Theo Daly is into the pits. And there's Andy just going through shot there. Theo Daly into the pits, he's the final one to, I think he's already been in the pits in fact. He's already been into the pits, he gets released now, Theo Daly, who can go out of the pit lane. He is going to be losing time, and in fact Alan Kay is going to be past him here. Alan Kay was past him for position, and Alan Kay is up to 6th, Theo Daly in 7th. Thought he was revving up his engine there, I'm not sure why that is. But Maze has dropped time, 2 seconds now off Dark Bolt. But Crusher Bro out in front, 21.1 seconds at this stage, looking really comfortable out in front. Sadly, it's not looking quite comfortable for me as I'm beginning to sweat up due to the hot temperatures here in the UK. There's, I think, 20 degrees currently where I am. I feel sorry for people in London. But Crusher Bro leading, 22 seconds. Andy just dropping off slightly. 23 seconds now that gap. The Crusher Bro 39.3 last time around. Andy 46.6. He's yet to come across the line, however. 10 minutes and 40 seconds, just under to go. We are nearly 2/3 through the feature race. And doesn't time go quickly? Already been in that. Goodness me. But at this stage, it is Crusher Bro, Andy, Sean, Dark Bolt, Maze, Alan Kay, and then Theo Daly at the back, who has got out the pits by the way, so Theo Daly is back out of the pits. And he should be around 40 seconds behind, yeah, he's around 40 seconds behind at this stage. It's never nice, but closest battle out on track is Dark Bolt. Maze will be coming into shot now, there he is. Running in 5th place, he's doing a good job. Dark Bolt hanging on nicely. He's been quickling him consistently out in front of him at this stage in the race. If he just tick under the 10 minutes to go on the clock. Crusher Bro out in front, 25 seconds. It is just complete domination from the Norwegian. Currently leading the way. He is at the minute. And looking good indeed. I think Crusher Bro is Norwegian anyways. I'm pretty sure I've seen his flag on the standings. I do apologise in advance if I have got any people's thingies wrong, nationalities wrong. But looking good at this stage. Crusher Bro 27 seconds out in front, Andy 2nd, Sean in 3rd. Coming back to these guys, in fact, Sean. Dark Bolt much quicker, and in fact, I think Sean made a mistake last time around. We didn't broadcast it, but I think Sean must have made a mistake last time around for Dark Bolt to be 5 seconds off him. I swear that gap was about 15-20 seconds. So Dark Bolt now catching Sean after what seems it was a mistake from him, which is never great at all. As we approach the end here of the race. Feature race, 8 minutes to go. Crusher Bro is already going through the middle sector. That's how far clear he is compared to Dark Bolt, who is only coming through off double left-hander right now. But still out on track. Crusher Bro leading the way. 8 seconds. Sorry, not 8 seconds. 8 seconds. Goodness me. He's 24 seconds ahead of Andy. He's just lost time slightly a little bit. Crusher Bro might have had a slight mistake on this track as it stands. But looking good at this stage is Crusher Bro. Looking very good indeed. 23.9 seconds. So let's go back on board then with Sean. Dark Bolt in behind him, just coming into the background of the picture there. And it's looking good at this stage for Crusher Bro to win. And you can really only repeat the same things really, because it's really it's never great to see a battle, no battles out on track. I'm trying to fill as much as possible into the commentary box here. Crusher Bro saying he is Norwegian. I thought I saw your graphic on Twitter. Yeah, pretty sure I saw your Twitter or his Twitter and nationality on the TTT Project Cars Twitter. And of course, if you haven't followed them, at TT_Project Cars underscore P Cars, I should say, is the account. We should be going towards the end of this race now. We've only got 6 minutes left to go. Coming on to the next race, in fact, let's focus on the next race. In fact, we've got a battle. It's Darkbolt and Maze. Darkbolt has made a mistake, clearly, because Maze is beginning to attack him. Thank God, we've got a battle. Unless Darkbolt is waiting up for him to give us a bit of a battle, that'd be fantastic. But Darkbolt at this stage, fending off the attentions of Maze. Finally, hallelujah, we've got a battle. Darkbolt, Maze, 6 minutes to go here in the feature race. Maze is looking for an opportunistic move down the inside. Is he? Darkbolt putting him off slightly. Maze on the brakes early. Darkbolt overshoots the corner, maybe? No, hits it perfectly, and Darkbolt keeps that position and pulls away further. 8/10 gain there from Darkbolt. Not sure if that was a bit of flashing lights there from Maze. Alan K in behind. That is Alan K in behind. He is a lap down, however, on these guys. The Field Daily is even further down. I think he's 2 laps down on Crusher Bro and Andy. That's not great stuff. Crusher Bro, in fact, I think Andy's just made a mistake, because 35 seconds down the advantage. It's just gaining more and more as this race progresses on. It's just really grand stuff from the Norwegian, and he has dominated out in front at this stage, and it's just looking really easy for the Norwegian. Andy in second, very content I think with second now, but Maze still trying to attack Darkbolt. They're side by side, running into the chicane. Maze has got the inside line. Darkbolt will have to give way, and Maze is through. We've seen a position gain there. Maze is through, he's up to 4th, passing Darkbolt and gaining time as well off the corner. Good move there by Maze. He's up to 4th. 2 Brits find it out on track. Good stuff. That's what we like to see. Very good stuff indeed. But Maze at this stage fending off the attentions of Darkbolt. 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go, just over. Crusher Bro out in front, Andy second. There's been no changes to the order apart from what we've just seen with Maze and Darkbolt swapping positions. Alan K and Field Daily having their own private races, it seems. Never involved in this race. Darkbolt getting a much better exit compared to Maze. Maze just a bit tentative on the power, and Darkbolt's going to have another go with him here. The Brit is catching. Is he going to try and lunge it down the inside? Not quite. Not quite close enough. Might be close enough into the chicane. Just cuts it slightly. There might be another penalty getting picked up there from Darkbolt. Maze just making his car look as wide as possible. Darkbolt on the back. And Crusher Bro, it's just been really easy for the Norwegian out in front. We should have 3 more laps to go, I do believe, at this stage in the race. We should have 3 more laps to go. And just looks really, really nice out in front from Crusher Bro's perspective. It's going to be a 4th double win, and he's taken qualifying, so that is the Grand Slam of what we were thinking for him. And I'm pretty sure he's pretty much taken every single pole position this season, bar 1, I think was what Andy said to me earlier on. Oh, he's taken pole in all of his races. I do apologise. Actually incorrect there. So he has taken pole in all of his races. Fantastic stuff. Of course, I'm still new to this. Next week, we are at the Red Bull Ring. We're going to be there tomorrow for Real Life F1, of course. Maze just runs a little bit wide. Darkbolt on the back of him. We've got 2 more laps to go, I think, with these 2. Possibly 2 more laps to go in these 2. Crusher Bro out in front. Is he coming to lap these guys, in fact? He is. Crusher Bro is coming to lap these 2. So Darkbolt and Maze are going to be having their own battle, but Crusher Bro is catching at a rate of knots. Might even get past them this lap. Blue flags will be in operation, of course, And Crusher Bro approaches these. Dark Bolt is much closer to Maze this time. Still 2 tenths off though into the braking zone, and Maze just brakes slightly early. Dark Bolt healing to the back of him there. We'll go on board in fact. With... Oh, is that Dark Bolt going for spin? No, sorry, that was not Dark Bolt going for spin. It was Crusher Bro. Crusher Bro, I think, has just made a slight howler there. Just made a slight mistake. Saw somebody spinning off in the background. 1 minute and 40 left. Crusher Bro will be going on to the final lap very soon. He is behind these by about 5 seconds or so. I'll say Dark Bolt trying to have a go into the double right-hander. Goodness me, I thought it was going to be completely and utterly mad if he was going down the inside, but not quite. Maze hanging on, gains 6 tenths off the corner, and Maze looking very, very easy, I would imagine. Dark Bolt in 5th at this stage. It's 4th and 5th for these guys, it seems. I don't think anyone is going to be changing positions this late stage in the race. A minute to go in the feature race. Crusher Bro will be coming into his final lap very shortly, unless he is going to back off and just come across the line on this lap. He's got 50 seconds to decide as Maze goes for a spin. Maze goes into the wall for a spin. Luckily, Alan Kay is a lap down. He's unlapped himself there. Crusher Bro is going to be coming across the line. He is going to be onto the final lap. So Dark Bolt now handed 4th. Maze now 5th, and that is the order pretty much sorted out now. Crusher Bro leads us down onto the final lap. 30 seconds to go. I'm pretty sure if drivers out on track come across the line, they will have another lap. I'm certain on that. There is Sean, by the way. Sean is in 3rd at the stage, just looking completely complacent with that position as Crusher Bro. What on earth's happened there? Crusher Bro, not sure if he had traffic, not sure what happened there. Not sure if there was contact. Alan Kay, I think, just letting through Dark Bolt, unless there was contact between Dark Bolt and Crusher Bro, not sure. We didn't catch up on that on the stream, I'm afraid. Somebody just came across the line, I believe, is Sean. No, it's not Sean. That was Theo Daly. I think has finished this race, in fact. He might have done, I'm not sure. Crusher Bro, what on earth is he doing? He's just backing off. Yes, you've won this race, we know that. You don't have to rub it in on everyone else, really, but not sure if there was a bit of contact. Crusher Bro hopefully will come on to that in the comment section after this race, just to confirm what happened there. But Crusher Bro coming across the line then in this feature race. He is going to win here. Crusher Bro comes across the line to win very easily. Andy is going to be coming across the line in 2nd. He's 25 seconds down, coming around the final corner. And Andy's going to be coming across the line, the Scotsman. He's going to pick up a 2nd place here. Good result for him. Andy across the line in 2nd. Sean is going to be coming across the line 3rd. He's going to have to get his skates on if he wants to finish this one. So Sean will be coming across the line. Dark Bolt and Maze, I'm not sure if they're still battling, in fact, or if they've completed their race. I think they're done. So only waiting then on Sean, I think, to come across the line, and then we'll be finished this race tonight. Sean about 30 seconds out from the line. Going to be coming across the line to pick up a 3rd position. He'd be happy with that, I would think. Very happy with that. He's going to be coming across the line. And Sean sets 3rd and finishes 3rd, in fact. The rundown of the order is as follows. Crusher Bro out on top. Andy 2nd, Sean in 3rd, Dark Bolt in 4th, Maze in 5th, Alan Kay in 6th, and Theo Daly in 7th place. 4-second penalty there for Andy, 3-second time penalty for Dark Bolt. And that is the race over and done with for tonight. So next week, of course, we move on to the Red Bull Ring for round 7, the penultimate round of the championship. I'm not sure if Crusher has picked up the title here. I could be totally wrong. We'll confirm that in the next stream, which will be next week, of course. Darkbolt spun and I had to go for the sand, and I backed off because I nearly got a penalty. That was Crusher saying, so just to confirm what happened with him there. But in the meantime, that's the end of this stream. Hopefully everyone has enjoyed the stream for Project Cars. I've enjoyed commentating on the action, even despite the lack of battles. We've been given some great treats out on track tonight, and I'll see you next week once again. I'll be covering Red Bull Ring and the final round in the Clio Cups around Brands Hatch. So until then, until next week for the Red Bull Ring, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.